Hello, I am Karim Rashid, and I'm very grateful to be nominated and extremely humbled to be nominated for Egypt's top 20 public figures. I was born in Cairo, Egypt in 1960 with an Egyptian father who was from Alexandria and to a British mother, and we moved from Egypt when I was maybe 2 years old to England. And when I was about 6, we went from England to Canada. So I was raised mostly in Canada, and I went to university for industrial design, had an undergraduate degree, graduated in 1982, and then I went off to Italy for a 1-year graduate program. And then in 1983, I worked in Milan for a year as a designer, designing many things from televisions to lamps to coffee machines at Rodolfo Benetto's studio. I studied in Italy with Gaetano Pesce and with Ettore Sottsass, Adrius Van Onk, Achille Castiglione, and went back to Canada, started working and designing in a practice, industrial design practice. I was there for about 7 years. At the same time, I started a fashion company with an architect friend of mine called Babel, or Tower of Babel, like the Tower of Babel. And then by 1991, I went off to Rhode Island School of Design and got a full-time assistant professorship and was teaching design. And then I left and I moved to New York. And in 93, I opened up my own design practice in Manhattan. And I also started teaching in 2 universities at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn and at the Philadelphia, at the University of the Arts in Philadelphia, yes. And I taught both those schools for about 7-8 years. And by, let's say, the mid-90s, I was in an exhibition at the Museum of Modern Art, a group show, and then I started getting a lot of products on the market. I always believed in democratic design. I call it designocracy. Design is for everybody, not an elite subject. It has to improve our lives, move us forward for the majority. So then by about 1999, I designed some shops for Giorgio Armani. And by 2001, a restaurant that won many, many awards in Philadelphia called Morimoto. And then by 2003, I'd done my first hotel, the Semiramis Hotel in Athens. So, and then I started working with a plethora of companies. I worked with designing a lot of perfume bottles in the 90s for Issey Miyake, Estee Lauder, Tommy Hilfiger, Shiseido. And I designed Sony products. I was based in Japan for a few months working with Sony and working with Ide, doing lots of furniture. And then I started doing a lot of furniture for a lot of Italian companies and lighting and product design. And I've done everything, probably what I call from micro to macro, from mobile phones to jewelry, from jewelry to fashion, from fashion to interiors, from product design like appliances. I've done refrigerators for LG Electronics. I've done products for Samsung. I've done for Garnier kitchen ovens, refrigerators. So quite a plethora of products. I call my philosophy as a pluralist from micro to macro, that for me design is all the same. It touches everyday life. It is our physical and now our virtual modus operandi of how our social behaviors are shaped. So design for me has been my life. And this year I turned 60, and in this last, let's say, 30 years, I got 5 honorary doctorates from universities around the world. I've won the Pratt Legend Design Award. I've received last year one of the biggest prizes, which is the American Prize for a designer for 2020 in United States. So the American Prize was very important to me. And I'm now at the age of 60, continuing my practice. I put out in the world maybe 4,000 or so products. I've won over 400 awards globally. And I have lots to do still. So it's only the beginning. I've worked in how many countries? I've worked in about 53 countries. I've lectured in 136 countries. I have done over 2,500 public lectures. So that's my career to date. I'm very proud, and I never forget saying this, that I am Egyptian. I'm an Egyptian designer. And I always say I've been called all over the world, Egyptian designer, Canadian designer, an American designer. I'm not really called an English designer. I don't know why, but since I'm half English. But anyway, so I'm again humbled, greatly appreciative, and thank you to my fatherland, Egypt.